So we study about religion. So people ask me what's your religion, I would say about
Okay.
believe in one religion, one humanity, one God, one religion. That's my principle.
Your name?
My name is K Ramu, K-A-Y,
K-A-Y?
space R-A-M. L-E. That's my Facebook ID. So my original name is Krishna. My Buddhist name is Karish Nanda. So there are so many names. My Christian name is Chris.
Okay. Okay, got it. So usually, right, our assignment is we need to do a section for the temple, but we are not sure which one is Sapta Mandapam.
Sabha Mandapam.
Sabha Mandapam, yeah. Sabha Mandapam, Alamkara Mandapam, Snapana Mandapam, Maha Mandapam, Artha Mandapam. So, I know this is the main temple, but then I don't know which Mandapam belongs to which part.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one, the best person to answer this question is
The priest,
the
right?
priest lah.
Yeah, I asked him, but then I think he's kind of busy right
Or
now.
maybe after this puja, maybe they can help you.
Usually, can we get the plans, elevation from the temples?
Yeah.
We should have a copy of it, right?
Yes. You can ask them, and if you want more details about it, you can search through internet lah.
I think there is no details on
Yes,
it.
ah.
They have elements for this temple. Like elements means Gopura means what? What are the things you can find it in Gopura? Like this is all general for all the temples. But for this temple, there should be something specific. That there should be something special for this temple, right? We need to identify that. Plus, we need to do the drawings for all these items.
So your major study is this Mariamman temple.
Yes,
Then
we choose this temple.
maybe you can ask this Mr. Nadaraja and Dr. Nadaraja.
This-
Dato is one of the chairman, I think.
Oh, he's here right now?
Not sure. You can ask him. He can send that.
Datu,
Nadaraja.
he is the chairman in there.
Yeah. No, I think his office is upstairs.
Okay, but we don't have any appointment with him.
Maybe I don't have.
Because if anything like really, if you want to get more details, right, you should make an appointment first.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
Are you in a hurry or what? Maybe you can just call them, ask for an appointment. There's a proper way lah. You will entertain you. I think your students basically. Actually, I'm doing a kind of my film is also based on Hinduism. Also.
Oh, okay.
My movie title is Infinity lah, 1.0. Kumari Kandam.
Infinity
Infinity 1.0.
1.0.
Kumari Kandam. It's a lost world of ancient India.
Kumari Kandam is a country or state?
It's a kind of country lah.
Country.
About 20,000 years ago. You can see in my Facebook like got
Okay.
trailers.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of planning to do a movie based on that. It's comprising of Chinese, Malay, Sikh, Indonesian and Indian. 5 races inside the movie.
Usually, right?
Yeah.
If what is the relationship between human body and Hindu temple? Because when you see
Yes, okay.
the Hindu temple, right, they will categorize and then the human body also like the head.
Yeah. It's basically, I think this one, the best is internet. I think I'm quite surprised if you cannot get that.
No. This one for this temple, we cannot get.
Then you must go for the plan.
Yeah, because for general temples, right, you can get it like temples from India, they got the drawings and stuff. But specifically for this temple, I don't have any details.
The best is you take photograph. You take a photograph. If you ask me as my filmmaker, I would say I will take a photograph. You go top of the building is and take few shots. This building, take few shots. Go there, hotel entry there. Take a few shots. Front, rear, surroundings area. You take a few shots. Then inside the temples, few shots. Then you do the 3D,
Yeah.
You do the 3D the photo elevation, so you can create yourself with it. Plus with the architecture plan.
because there are so many details on the roof. That
better
is
you
the-
do 3D. I mean, you take pictures, each part, I think you can do wonders in the phone already. So you just take a photo here, go beside, take all the top line first. Then after that, you want to take this one, right?
Yeah.
So either you go, you just clean up any layers or what. Okay, you've got layers there, go up, take photo. If you that, maybe you can use the automated apps. The front building also, you got the building, right? Go on top of the building, take some photoshops.
Okay.
Then you get the idea. So you compare with the architecture plan. So you get a real picture already. From there you can get some information. That's what I normally do in my filmmaking. I do some research first.
Okay.
So if you ask me, as a filmmaker, I will do that one. I will take a few shots, then I'll try to interpret. Because if you see this picture means I'll interpret. I'm sure you can interpret, but how about you? You can interpret or not? Message. You can, right?
Yeah. There is a story behind it.
It's a story, So it's just a part of a scene. This one is just a part of a scene. So before, after, they got few story, something like that.
Just now I told you, right? Usually the ceiling also they have story or picture of God or some floral decoration. Even wall also they have stories. Even that side they have the sculpture. They sculptured few God images, right? That one also it's like a story. But the main god for this temple is a female. She actually derived. It's one avatar of the main god, Parvati. She is the avatar, one of the avatar of Parvati.
So Hinduism believes that everyone should treat as a god. If you ask me, because I went through a lot of temples, Buddhist temples. You're Buddhist or
Yeah.
Christian?
Buddhist.
Buddhist, I can chant Namo Dasa Bhagavata Atau Sama Sama Dasa. It's very easy for me. Let's go to the temples, Buddhist temple. So I believe each of you, I treat everyone as God. So when you treat everyone as God, you try to respect them. So no more fighting because something like that. So no fighting. So everyone is to love each other. So those times, a few thousand years ago, we believe in harmony, peace. So nowadays, no more peace, no harmony. So I'm trying to portray this into my film. That's I'm going for infinity.
How can you treat a person as a god?
Okay.
God is a supreme, right? You cannot, because when I talk to people, right, they always, they always try to put human characteristic to a god. God for me is an illusion, is a maya. You cannot actually distinguish a god. You cannot have a shape for the god. You cannot predict what is God thinking or how God look like. You cannot do because God is an illusion. You can
So who is
only-
that?
For me, I am a bit. I believe Hinduism, but I have my own principles. Okay. For me, all these like the pictures here represent like how God convey their message to the earth. Like how, because God has no form, right? God, in example, God is it's like an air. You can feel the presence of the air, but then you cannot see the feature of the air. So if God wanted to talk to us or God wanted to communicate with us, how He want to communicate with us? Through forms. That is the main idea, because every human needs a focal point. Every human needs the same feature like us. You cannot actually talk to a dog. You cannot talk to a wall. Cannot, because it's different from us. It's not. So we need a same species like us. So that's why God take the avatar like a same species as human, so that we feel comfortable to talk with that feature, that God, right? So that is the main purpose. God come in all this way. Or maybe all these things may not exist in the world. Maybe we take, I don't know how many generation. I don't know what generation I am. The first, okay, let's say the first generation, right? Maybe the messages, they wanted to have this story. Like all these things can be story. Who knows this is true, right? Maybe they say there is evidence stuff. Maybe all these things happen. Maybe God come in a form of human, but we cannot cannot conclude that God is a human form. No, God is a power that can be found in everybody. It's because soul also created by God, right? So if God created a soul which is very high honorable, means you cannot distinguish yourself as God, because God is supreme power where you cannot actually how to say ஒப்பிட முடியாது. Yeah, you cannot, because he is totally different from our imagination, our thought, and we usually say that God is very lovable, God is very penyayang, God is blah blah blah. All these characteristics are human characteristic, and it's not God characteristic. You cannot identify God as He is love. No, He is penyayang, or He is pengasih. No, you cannot do that to God, because did you ever talk to God before? Or did you ever see God before? No, right? Then how can you conclude that God can actually speak like this, or God will help you in this way? No, you can. This is all human characteristic. So you cannot put all these human characteristic onto a unknown species. For me, God is unknown species. You don't know God is
unknown species means what? Alien?
No, yeah. Who knows?
Oh.
In my perception, who knows? Because alien also, the scientists are still finding the information whether aliens exist or not. Some scientists say yes, some scientists say no, it's a fiction.